Another thing is wind. Another thing you can pull up on your app is wind. How strong the wind's going to be. You know, it all depends what you want to do. I mean, most of us, I mean, you don't want the wind. Most of the time you go out here, you know, like today, it was a nice day. I didn't think anybody wanted wind, and we got a little bit of it at the very beginning, which was nice. And then it just settled down, and it was nice. So, I mean, paddling without wind is nice. I mean, but, I mean, most of us that want to surf, you need the wind. You need the wind to generate some wave chop and stuff like that, especially on the bay. Over here, you can get swells, and you know, you can ride those. Well, that's just something that's going to help you with, you know, with your steering and training, is knowing what's going on the water, you know, and reading the water. I mean, what happens? You know what? When I go out with guys in one man or girls in one man, and I tell them, I say, we're going to go out. We're going to go into the chop first. So read it as you're going out. When you're going out, read the direction, see where all this stuff is coming from, because it could be coming from all over the place, all different directions. So you got to mentally read this stuff as you go out. So when you turn around and come back, you know exactly what your line should be, where you're going to catch the best bumps. Okay? I mean, it's like going out there. You just got to, you know, pay attention to what's happening on the water when you go, because you're going into it, and you got to come back with it. So just pay attention to that, so you know exactly when you turn around, you know what you want to do, or where you should be, or your position, your line. Okay? So pay attention to that. I mean, always read the water. When if you see one of those flat spots where there's nothing, I've watched a lot of sailing races through my life. And I know when you see a flat spot, not a good spot.
We call those streets.
Doldrum. You want to be where there's little, you know, stuff is going on. I mean, there's videos. There's tons of videos that you can watch of guys steering. I just saw one, this guy steering Lulio Kalani, and we were comparing the ratio of him poking and steering. It was incredible. This guy was amazing. You know? So you can watch that and you can say, why could he do that? And how can I do that? You know, and that all happens because he knows the crew is set up right, probably, and the conditions are right for him. He could just paddle like crazy. When the conditions are right and everything is perfect, it's amazing how much you can paddle. And exactly, I mean, that's what we want to do, right? When there's a steers person, you want to help out the crew as much as you can, so you want to paddle as much as you can. But you also remember one thing: you control the canoe first. The easiest way to pick a crew is you already got 6 people, and that's all you got.
Exactly.
That's the easiest.
That's usually it.
In our case, that's all it is.
Yeah, what you got is what you get.
Pretty much get got.
Yeah. So that's the easiest part. You know, so okay, this is all you got, and you got to work with it. So, but I mean, if you're deep with people, it comes down to fitness, attendance, you know, and blending, you know, and people getting along. The best thing, you know, this little guy crew, when we made the crossing, I knew it wasn't going to be the strongest group, but we had so much fun together.
Right on.
You know, everybody got along, no squabbling, and I told him, I said, look, I don't want to hear, I want to start, I want to finish, and all. I said, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I said, if you come up to me and say, I want to start, that's the last time you're ever going to paddle with me. Because you're putting me in a position to make a decision on you. And I don't want that. I want you to just come. All you got to do is paddle. You know? Let me worry about all that other stuff. You just paddle. If you start, great, you start. If you finish, fantastic. Only 6 people can start, only 6 people can finish. Whether you get 9 or whether you get 12. So you don't want people bickering, you know, anything like that, or being prima donnas or whatever. Like, you want everybody to just get along and have a nice time. I mean, you want a competitive crew, but if you don't get along with a competitor, you know, it's not worth it. It is not worth it. You know, so if you're deep, then you got to go through like time trialing, you know, seat racing and stuff like that. And you know, that's pretty much how clubs do it down in Southern Cal. They got hundreds of guys that, open. I mean, I looked at Lanakila's roster. I mean, they got like 20-something guys just for senior masters. They got 18 guys for open. They got 30-something guys for masters. And you go, how do they do it? And they do it. They put crews together and all that stuff. And they do a lot of time trialing and they do a lot of seat racing. And and you got to be there. You got to be fit. You got to hit the gym or do whatever you need, CrossFit, do CrossFit, or whatever that works for you. I don't do CrossFit, but I do a sort of like it, but it's not exactly what most CrossFit, because I can't handle. Some of it is a little bit too much for what I do.
It's called scaling.
Oh, that's something. I'm a scaled down version of CrossFit. Yeah. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, I mean, you get fit. As far as let's talk about fitness. I mean, I strive on being fit. In life in general, and for my paddling, because I want to be as strong as I can be for my crew all the time. And the stronger you are, the more you can actually do in the back of the boat. I can muscle, like I said, I can muscle pretty much any boat with any crew. So I can paddle as hard as I want, and because I work at it, I can do that. So if you want to be a really, really good steersman, be a good paddler, a strong paddler, and it's only going to help you. And I think I was fortunate that I didn't steer like someone like Bob gets thrown in there, Dale gets thrown in there. He's only been, you guys only been a couple of years or whatever. You guys, because coach needs you to be there. So he needs someone there. You're put in that position. Okay. I was fortunate. I had 6 years of paddle time before I became a steersman. So I developed as a paddler first before I became a steersperson. And I just carried on with that, and then just got more fit. I think I'm getting, I'm working harder as I'm getting older. Like just because I train with a lot of young guys, and my whole thing about that is I like to beat young guys. as a steersman, you just don't want to just be a steersperson. You I'm a steersperson. You want to be a fit, strong steersperson, so you can do whatever you want to do in the back of the canoe. I've given you a lot of different things that you can use as a steersperson. Now it's up to you to get fit, get strong, and apply all the stuff. And you know what? It's a learning. I'm still learning. I mean, like I just told you, I just found this stroke, and that was just last year. And I've been steering for over 20-something years. And I never did that stroke until last year. So, I mean, who knows what I'm going to learn this year? Anything that can make your job easier and help the crew, you want to do.
Junior, I know you've set number 1, number 2, and now you're sitting number 6. My question to you is that how important is number 2 and number 1 as far as the control of the canoe and setting the pace? Is there an open communication between 2 and 1? And should there be? And how important is that?
It's very important. When I was stroking, I had a really good number 2. And we communicated the whole time. I mean, we talked the whole time. And we knew exactly what we were going to do. And that only helps the crew. When number 1 and 2 are in sync, it just flows through the whole boat. It makes everything easier for the guys behind you when you're in sync in the front. And you just help each other out. I mean, it's very important. And the way you do it, I mean, it's almost like you feel it and you sense it, and when you say, okay, like when I was telling you guys, we used to turn, we used to hit the uni before the steersman would call. It's because we knew where we should be on the turn. On the setup, on the turn and everything, and when we should come out of it and everything. And that's just, after a while, I mean, when you work, after a while, you don't even have to say anything, because we were so in tune with each other. I mean, it was like that every race. And then, I mean, in long distance races, our steersman used to always settle us down. And back then I was like in my 30s, maybe, yeah, my 30s, and I was like a crazy guy. I mean, I was like amped, crazy amped. And I wanted to go as fast, and you could not settle me down. It used to drive me nuts when he would say, "Relax, Junior, relax." I can't relax, you know, but now I know why he was doing it. But, but back then I was 30-something, I was smoking. You know, I just wanted to go faster. And sometimes it's not how, you know, sometimes it's not how fast you paddle to the water, it's how efficient you are to the water. You know, and I learned that as I went on, and that's not all it is. It's going as fast as you can with the water. It's how efficient you are in the water. So yeah, I mean, it's like communicating with the whole crew. A steersman's communicating with the whole crew. When you guys are in sync, when you're in sync with your whole crew, it makes your job easy. So yeah. Yes.
Speaking about speed, we're working on right now with Kekai our stroke rate, you know, and looking at other long distance crews or sprints and stuff. What's your feeling about stroke rate? Where you're,
you know, I've been at the high end and I've been at the low end and in between. You know, I mean, I play with, you know, at times I want a fast rate. I play with both. I mean, a fast rate and a mid rate and a low rate. And I mean, most crews are staying like around the 60 and even below that. I mean, right in the, probably 60. And it's comfortable there as long as you have, you know, it's not putting you to sleep at that pace. And I mean, the boat is moving and it's all in the water and you're relaxing on recovery. I think I said that today when we switched boat. I was telling the crew to, you know, relax in the recovery, explode in the water. So what the thing is, what happens is that when you relax coming off, you're going to see your fill counts going to go down because you're not coming fast forward. You know, there's this 1, 2, 3, you know, 1, 2, 3, boom. But all the power is in the water. You know, what you do in the water affects the boat, not what you do through the air. So you can go 60 strokes a minute, but if you're paddling really fast through the water and strong through the water, it'll push the boat. I mean, but I play as far as stroke count, you know, I play with it all the time. I mean, I'll go 60 and I'll take it up. I mean, if I'm stroking, we're not at 60.
no.
We're not at 60. It's not happening. That's not where I want to be. But the guys I paddle with, like when I paddle with the Golden Master 60 plus guys, they want me to go fast. I mean, it's insane. I mean, the coach is yelling at me, "Take it up, Junior." I go, really? So, you know, whatever works for a crew, I mean, if it works, if you're at, you know, 68 and that is working for you, then that's where you want to be. If it works at 60, that's where you want to be. And that's something you know, as a crew or a coach got to, you know, look at what you're doing and see what works for that crew. Not everybody's the same. Not every crew's the same, but you can do, you know, what Free Boss doing, you know, or what, you know, San Francisco do. You can paddle at their rate if you're efficient at that rate. Whatever rate you're efficient at, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be, you know, the stroker can only go as fast as the slowest person in the crew. I mean, it doesn't help that I go 80 strokes a minute and I got guys in back and I only can do 60. That's not going to work. So that's something you got to work with the crew and feel it out and see how the canoe is moving. If it moves at 60 really good, then maybe that's where you should be. If you can push it up a little bit to 62 and it still moves good, then okay, good. But if it's not, then you bring it back down.